From the moment the shouts echoed across the school courtyard, everyone knew something had gone terribly wrong. Mia Thompson, quiet, brilliant, top of her class, stood frozen beside her open backpack as a white boy towered over her, jabbing his finger in her face. His voice cracked with anger, but behind that anger was fear of being exposed. "Don't touch my stuff again," Jake Langston barked. "I swear, I'll get my dad here. He's a cop, he'll deal with you." Students gathered like a ripple moving across water. Phones lifted, whispers spread. No one knew the truth yet, no one except Mia, whose trembling hands held a small notebook Jake had dropped earlier, stuffed with answers for the biology test they had just taken. She had simply turned it into the teacher. Jake had been caught, and now he needed someone to blame. "Jake, I didn't touch your things," Mia said softly. "Don't lie," Jake snapped. "You stole my answers. You're going to juvie for this." The crowd gasped. Jake had always been a bully, but today he was desperate, and desperation is dangerous. With a shaky breath he pulled out his phone and dialed his father. And the moment he said, "Dad, some black girl is trying to get me arrested," the crowd fell silent. Mia felt her stomach twist. She'd faced hateful remarks before, but never with a police officer on the way. Minutes later, sirens wailed as Officer Mark Langston marched into the courtyard with authority sharp in his steps. Students stumbled backward, teachers rushed out, but Jake stood proud, arms crossed, confident victory had just arrived. "That's the one," Jake said smugly, pointing at Mia. "Arrest her. She tried to frame me." Officer Langston didn't ask questions. He didn't ask for evidence. He grabbed Mia's wrist. She flinched. I didn't do anything." "Hands behind your back," he ordered, pulling out cuffs. Mia's heart pounded. Tears blurred her eyes. Not because she had done wrong, but because she knew how situations like this could end for people who looked like her. Before the cuffs touched her wrist, a firm voice cut across the courtyard like thunder. "Officer Langston, take your hands off my daughter." Every head snapped toward the school gates. Judge Eleanor Thompson, the most respected juvenile court judge in the county, strode in, heels clicking with deliberate power. Her sharp black suit contrasted her calm but fierce presence. She did not raise her voice, yet every syllable demanded attention. Officer Langston froze. Jake's smirk vanished. Mia's breath caught as her mother reached her side, placing a protective arm around her. "Explain yourself," Judge Thompson said to the officer. Langston cleared his throat. "Your daughter is accused of theft and academic fraud." "Accused by whom?" she asked. Jake stepped forward, confidence returning. "By me. She stole my test answers." "And where are these answers now?" she asked coolly. Jake hesitated. "Well, the teacher has them." "Then let's go ask her," Judge Thompson said. The entire school trailed behind them to the biology classroom. The teacher, Ms. Perez, looked startled when they entered. "Jake cheated," she said immediately. His answer sheet matched a key found in his notebook. "I showed him the evidence before recess." The room erupted in murmurs. Judge Thompson turned slowly to Jake. "So the black girl you tried to have arrested, simply returned a notebook you dropped." Jake's face turned pale. Officer Langston shifted uncomfortably. "Son, is this true?" Jake swallowed hard, panic building in his eyes. I didn't mean, look, I just." Judge Thompson held up a hand. "Officer Langston, you were prepared to place handcuffs on a child, without evidence, because your son was facing consequences." The officer's face burned with shame. "And you," she said, looking at Jake, "weaponized your father's authority and used race as a shield for your wrongdoing. That is not only cruel, it is criminal." Jake burst into tears. He had never expected the situation to unravel in front of the entire school. Ms. Perez stepped forward. "Judge Thompson, what should we do?" "First," she said, "Mia deserves an apology." Jake turned to Mia, shoulders shaking. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm really sorry." Mia looked at him, not with anger, but with exhausted disappointment. "You should be apologizing to everyone you hurt, not just me," she said softly. Judge Thompson nodded. "Second, Jake needs to learn the weight of the power he tried to misuse. And Officer Langston must reflect on how quickly he judged a child based solely on his son's word." Officer Langston bowed his head. "You're right. I'm sorry, Mia, I failed to do my job." But Judge Thompson wasn't done. "Young people learn from the examples they see," she said. "So both father and son will attend the next 6 weeks of my court's community restorative justice program. You will listen to families affected by racial profiling. You will hear how misuse of authority destroyed lives. And you will write a reflection to be presented to this school. No one questioned her decision. They all knew it was justice, not revenge. Weeks passed. Jake and his father attended every session. They listened to stories of kids arrested for things they didn't do. Parents who feared letting their children walk home. Young men bullied by assumptions before they ever spoke a word. Jake cried more than once. Officer Langston cried too. The program didn't erase the harm, but it planted seeds. By the end of the 6 weeks, Jake asked to speak in front of the school. He stood on the same courtyard where he once humiliated Mia and said, voice trembling, "I used my father's badge as a weapon. I judged someone because of her skin, and I tried to ruin her life to save myself. I was wrong, and if you ever see something like this happen, speak up. Don't be a silent witness." He looked at Mia with genuine remorse. "I can't change what I did. But I can change who I become." Mia nodded, accepting, not forgetting, but allowing space for growth. Judge Thompson placed a hand on her daughter's shoulder. "Justice isn't always about punishment," she said. "Sometimes it's about transformation." And that became the message students carried long after that day.